Hello students, welcome once again. In this video, we are going to do the revision of chapter number 1, A Letter to God written by G.L. Fluentis. First of all, let us begin with a summary of the chapter. Lencho was a dedicated farmer. He was expecting a decent harvest. However, to his grief, a hailstorm came and destroyed his harvest completely. Lencho was very sad. However, he had a strong belief in God. He was certain that God would help him. Also, he was an extremely straightforward man. Although working for a long time on the farm, he knew writing. Thus, he composed a letter to God. In the letter, he asked God to send him 100 pesos. At that point, he went to the post office and put his letter into the post box. The postmaster removed the letter from the letter box. He read the address on it and laughed very much. Also, he rushed to the postmaster and demonstrated to him that strange letter. Moreover, the postmaster also laughed in the same way when he saw the address of God. However, on reading the letter, he got very serious. He lauded this man who had unquestioned faith in God and decided to help him in terms of money. He asked the employees of the post office to give charity. Moreover, he gave a part of his salary too. However, they were able to collect only a little more than 50 pesos as requested by Lencho. The postmaster put the money in an envelope and it was addressed to Lencho. And now the important notes from the chapter. Lencho was a farmer and had a field of ripe corn. He needed a downpour to make his harvest good. But the rain turned into hailstones which destroyed his whole crop of corn. He had nothing to eat, so he decided to seek help from God. He wrote a letter to God demanding 100 pesos. The post office employees made fun of him, but the postmaster decided to help him. He collected 70 pesos from his own effort, but Lencho was angry to receive 70 pesos instead of 100 pesos. He wrote another letter to God demanding the rest of the money. He also requested to send the money through another means because what he believed that post office employees were a bunch of crooks. Well, now some important questions from the chapter. First of all, short questions to be answered in 30 to 40 words only. Question number 1. What did the postmaster do when he saw Lencho's letter? This is a very important question and the answer is the postmaster at first laughed, but then he became serious. He was deeply moved by the writer's faith in God and he did not want to shake his faith. So he decided to collect the money and send it to Lencho. The second question is, was Lencho surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? The answer would be no. He was not at all surprised. He was certain that God would send him the money. Well, next, question number 3. What made Lencho angry? So the answer is, Lencho had asked God for 100 pesos, but he found only 70 pesos in the letter that he had received. He thought the post office people had stolen this money. It was his thought that made him angry. And the last question, short question. Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? This is a very important question. Lencho hoped that these drops of rain would give him a good crop and then he would have a rich store of corn for his family. That was why he called the raindrops new coins. He would be able to fetch good amount of money for his family. And now some descriptive questions. There are two kinds of conflict in the story: between humans and nature, and between humans themselves. How are these conflicts illustrated? The answer is the story, A Letter to God, illustrates two types of conflicts: one between man and nature, and the other among men themselves. In the beginning of the story, the farmer hopes for a rain shower for the benefit of his corn field. On actually receiving rain, he becomes overjoyed and starts thinking about all the profit that he would come in. Not much later, his joy is turned into sorrow when the wind becomes strong, leading to a hailstorm. This depicts the disagreement between man and nature, wherein humans want the nature to act according to their aspirations. The second divergence arises when Lencho starts doubting the honesty of the post office employees who actually helped him with the money anonymously. This is the conflict among men themselves, wherein we are ready to trust in the idea of God's existence, but we are not ready to trust each other. And the next question: who does Lencho think has taken the rest of the money? What is the irony in the situation? Remember that the irony of the situation is an unexpected aspect of it. An ironic situation is strange or amusing because it is the opposite of what is expected. So, the answer is Lencho thought that it must be the postmaster or the employees of the post office who had stolen his remaining amount, that is 30 pesos. It is evident from his second letter to God, where he requests the Almighty not to send the remaining amount of money by mail next time. The irony here is that it was actually the postmaster and the employees who had collected the money out of their clean and honest intent to keep Lencho's faith intact. But Lencho remained completely ungrateful towards them, and they are the ones who ended up getting blamed for stealing the remaining amount. Well, that's all in this video. I hope you have understood the chapter quite well, and this revision video will certainly prove beneficial for your exams. Thank you.